I visit Yardley regularly, and from the moment you get on the playground you can see that children are really happy. They have a really strong team here, not just a Senko, but a team of people that work closely with children that maybe need a little bit more help.
I always know that something wasn't quite right with my son. It was confirmed that he had dyslexia, which was a short-term memory type of dyslexia.
I didn't like to read because I couldn't read any words. If I kept on going to the dictionary and kept on checking for the words, it wouldn't be fun. It just took forever to read a book.
Every parent's evening I would come home crying because I just thought I wasn't doing enough and wasn't reading enough with him, but he just did not want to read. We discussed it with the school, and then from then interventions have been put in place.
Well, we saw scanning pens and we thought we'll have a look, and it was just to really aid the children to be independent learners.
We were given the C pen, and it has been really transformational actually. His confidence with reading has improved, and now we're getting to the point that I can't keep up with deliveries of books.
I use it normally in books when Miss asks us to clarify a word, and I use it in comprehension. If it's like lesson time, I normally keep it in my pocket, so if I need it, I can use it.
When he first came to me, he was reluctant to read. Now his confidence has definitely come along. He's very enthusiastic to read at school and at home as well. And he's just got that love for reading.
Scanning pens for us fits really nicely into the use of a school's funding for additional needs. Once you've purchased it and you've spent the time on the training and the implementation, actually, if a child is independently using something like scanning pens to read with, and they don't need an adult sat next to them, that adult is then free to go and support a wider group of pupils.
Children who struggle with reading and phonics, they do need my support, and they do have my support, but I've also got children in the class who need pushing on to extensions. It's good for me to be able to spend time with them. I don't have to sit with the children who are using the pen because they've got the pen as the support.
Before I used the pen, I was finding the words a little difficult, and I was like, what does that word mean? Some words were really difficult and I had to keep asking for help, but it's fine now. I just get my pen out and use it.
There's a student in my class who's really benefited from the pen because when he started at the school, he had very little spoken English.
When I came to England, I didn't know how to do English writing. I didn't know what that was. I couldn't read the displays around the school.
Using the pen means he's much more willing to give it a go himself. So he'll start reading the text, he can read it on his own, he can read the question on his own. He understands the question, it's just that he couldn't see what the words were.
My reading is better because the C pen is helping me more reading. It helps me to do the dictionary quicker. Everyone else is reading, got to read in the dictionary, but I've already done putting my hand up.
When we first got the pens, we weren't thinking about anxiety and mental health, but then actually over time, as we were using them, we were seeing that the children were becoming more confident. They weren't as stressed in situations in classrooms, and that's when we sort of trialled it with a child who was anxious.
My school gave me the pen so I could become more confident. At the start of year 6, I was scared to read in front of everybody else in case I read out a word wrong. So I used the ReaderPen to help me pronounce the words right, and I feel happy to come in school and start reading in the mornings.
With the pens, they can just get on themselves, they can still be in the same room as the other children, they don't feel that they're different to anybody else, and it makes them feel that they can do it on their own.
So I think it's really good to get technology in, and the children use technology all the time. The children use technology way more than the teachers.
We're entering the sort of fourth revolution in education, which is the technology revolution. So we've got to start using tools that will engage those pupils in that learning.
Often they haven't got that human next to them, so if we can teach them how to help themselves, and whether that be through technology or other means, then I think it's a good thing.
This pen really will make a huge difference to people with dyslexia going forward to their teens, even in universities.
We've opened something here where I think we're going to end up having more and more and more where I never thought that we would, because I didn't think we'd have the benefits that we have had.